Have you ever been sitting quietly, only to notice a strange tingling sensation crawling down your legs? Or maybe a sudden weakness that takes you by surprise? Maybe it's a numbness that just won't go away, or a cold, heavy feeling that leaves you worried and wondering what's really going on. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Tingling, numbness, and weakness in the legs aren't just random quirks. They might be your body's way of sending you a critical message. It's important to listen, because sometimes these signals are your early warning signs. At Prime Life Health, we believe that every person deserves to live strong and independent at any age. Today, we're peeling back the curtain on what those troubling sensations in your legs could really mean. We'll break down the 7 most common causes of tingling and weakness in the legs, especially for adults over 50. You'll learn which symptoms are minor and which ones you should never ignore. Let's start with a scenario most of us have experienced. You've been sitting for a while, maybe working at your desk or relaxing in front of the TV, and suddenly your leg falls asleep. That odd, prickly feeling is usually nothing to worry about. It happens when you compress a nerve by sitting in one position for too long. But what if that tingling doesn't go away? If you notice constant numbness or weakness in your legs, especially if it gets worse when you stand or walk, you might be dealing with nerve compression, often called sciatica. Sciatica happens when a nerve in your lower back or hip gets pinched, sometimes by a bulging disc or just from years of poor posture. It's especially common in people over 50 whose spines have taken the brunt of decades of bending, lifting, and sometimes slouching. The pain or tingling can shoot down your leg, sometimes all the way to your foot. It's uncomfortable, and more importantly, it's your body's way of asking for help. If you notice these symptoms, don't brush them off. Simple changes to your posture, physical therapy, or sometimes medical intervention can make a world of difference. Now, let's talk about something that might be even more serious. Poor blood circulation. Imagine your legs feeling cold, heavy, or just plain numb, especially after you've been on your feet. This could be a sign that your arteries are blocked, restricting the blood flow that keeps your muscles and nerves healthy. Peripheral artery disease, or PAD, is a silent threat, especially in seniors. It often shows up first in the legs, with symptoms like cramping, pain, or fatigue after walking even short distances. If left untreated, PAD can lead to more severe complications, even increasing your risk for heart attack or stroke. If you notice these symptoms, it's time to check in with your doctor. A simple test can reveal circulation problems before they become dangerous. But what if you're eating well and staying active, yet still feeling those odd sensations? Sometimes the problem lies in what your body isn't getting: essential vitamins and minerals. Vitamin B12 and magnesium are crucial for healthy nerves and muscles. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at absorbing B12, especially if we're taking certain medications or have digestive issues. The result? A subtle but persistent tingling, muscle weakness, or even balance problems. The fix can be as simple as a daily supplement or changing your diet. So if you're noticing these symptoms, don't hesitate to ask your doctor about a blood test. Another hidden culprit behind tingling and weakness in the legs is diabetic neuropathy. High blood sugar doesn't just affect your energy or mood, it can silently damage the tiny nerves in your feet and legs. Over time, this nerve damage leads to numbness, tingling, and sometimes sharp pain. Diabetic neuropathy is one of the most common causes of leg symptoms in people over 60, and it doesn't always come with obvious warning signs. If you have diabetes, or even just borderline high blood sugar, pay close attention to your legs. Early intervention can slow or even prevent nerve damage, keeping you mobile and independent for years to come. Sometimes, the answer can be found right in your medicine cabinet. Certain medications, especially those for cholesterol or high blood pressure, can have side effects that impact your nerves. Statins, for example, are widely used to lower cholesterol, but can sometimes cause muscle weakness or tingling. The same goes for some blood pressure medications. If you've started a new prescription and notice changes in your legs, always read the side effects and don't hesitate to talk to your doctor. Adjusting your dose or switching medications could be all you need to feel like yourself again. It's also important to remember that our bodies are designed for movement. Sitting too long, whether it's at a desk, in the car, or on the couch, can weaken the muscles in your legs and slow down your circulation. Over time, this leads to a vicious cycle. Weak muscles make it harder to move, which leads to more weakness and more symptoms. But the good news is that even gentle daily walks and simple stretches can break the cycle. Just a few minutes of movement each day can drastically reduce tingling, numbness, and weakness, and help you regain your confidence and mobility. Finally, we need to mention spinal issues like stenosis or herniated discs. If you're experiencing numbness or weakness in both legs, especially if it comes with back pain or trouble walking, spinal stenosis could be to blame. This condition happens when the space inside your spine narrows, putting pressure on your nerves. It's more common as we age, but it's treatable if caught early. The key is not to ignore these symptoms. Early diagnosis means more options and a better chance at recovery. If you've noticed any of these warning signs, tingling, numbness, weakness, or just a feeling that something isn't right, don't ignore them. Your body is talking, and it's time to listen. Reach out to your healthcare provider for a checkup, and remember, you have the power to take control of your health. For more tips on staying strong, mobile, and independent, subscribe to Prime Life Health. Your health is your life. Take control and keep moving forward with confidence.